How to start commissions 101. YouTube's favorite show. People keep asking me on different social media websites for advice for starting commissions and how to get people to notice them. First, let me say this right off the bat. It takes time for people to bite and see your commissions. Factors like luck, following, quality and pricing play a big role for your commissions. I am not a full-time artist. I take commissions to have money for myself. It's my hobby and also my part-time job. Not only that, I am my own boss and I am responsible for every action I take. This video is also more oriented towards artists who take commissions as a part-time job or for fun. Not full-time professionals, not freelancers. There are enough videos for those big boys. With that being said, let us start. First, the pricing. Some might think they underprice themselves too much and some are afraid that they overprice themselves too much. I can speak for myself and I can say this. If you don't have a big following or are relatively new on a website, chances are that in the first couple of weeks or even months no one will commission you. And that is not your fault at all, nor your art. Though your art has to have somewhat of a quality. Art isn't really something that people need in order to survive. They desire to buy art, but surviving and paying bills comes first. The way I got people to commission me is by starting low. Like really freaking low. You don't necessarily have to start with getting almost nothing. Because I started by taking shaded and colored sketches for only 30 points, which equals to 0.30 euros or $0.34. It was, in fact, my very first journal on DeviantArt and it has now over 500 views. Do you see how many people thought this was a cheap chance for them? And I got almost nothing. So keep that in your head and don't start that low. You will regret it. Maybe ask friends for advice and they shouldn't be saying, "Oh, I would pay thousands of dollars for your art." Because no one will actually do that. And they wouldn't be doing that too. A realistic price won't hurt you, only help you. Or ask yourself how much you would actually pay for your own art. But remember that you put work, time and effort into your art. These factors should be considered while pricing. Heck, there even are people who charge per hour they spend on your commission. As an example, per hour it costs $15. You want a half body with detailed shading? Alright, the artist took 7 hours, paid him $105. But I think experienced artists should only do that because beginners need more time for drawing probably, and in the end they charge a bit too much and the customer won't be that happy. Or they don't even have that money available. But it's up to you. If you are confident enough to charge per hour, go ahead. Now we come to the visual presentation on what you can offer. And I cannot stress enough about it, and I am still seeing this on DA and other websites. But you need to show examples. The first impression counts, and that makes customers interested. If you don't present examples of your art, then they won't consider you as an option. It's such an easy thing to do, yet so many artists fail to do even the minimum. It's honestly pretty sad. For example, you offer pixel icons for $10 each, but don't show any examples, nor does a gallery. What should people be expecting from you? What are you capable of drawing? What kind of quality will it have? All these questions that could be answered with only a few pictures. What you can and should also consider is having different options available, like half bodies, bust shots, full bodies, sketches, flat colors and much more. Be creative! You can even offer different shading and art styles. Draw the things that you enjoy and think people would like. Maybe also state if you are capable of drawing super action poses, or if you rather draw more simple and calm ones. Some artists also tend to set up payment plans and orders for customers when they ask for more expensive commissions. For example, a reference sheet would cost about $16 to $200, if not even more. Your customer is asking you if they can pay you weekly or bi-weekly, and you would agree. Great! But if you really get big orders at the beginning, props to you. You achieved more than current me in 2018. Alright, so this now could be an option to almost everyone. Offering to record speed paints of the commission or even drawing it in stream. There are actually customers who got screwed over way too many times that they only commission stream artists because they have trust issues, and that sucks not only for them, but also for every other artist. But trust me, I also got screwed over by people, and it will happen at some point. So if you have a decent enough Wi-Fi connection, maybe streaming would be something you could consider, or even just recording speed paints. But for the love of God and everything holy, don't use an unregistered hypercam. Use OBS, it's free and decent enough. In addition, write down with what you are comfortable with to draw and what not. For example, you like and can draw humans, furries, anime and OCs. Definitely put these options on your commission info so people know what they can expect from you. But you are not comfortable with drawing not safe for work art, and that includes gore and sexual scenes. You also don't like to draw mecha and religious themes. Like I said before, put that on display so when people ask you, can you draw my super detailed anime robot? You can throw that round sentence into their faces. Reading isn't such a rare skill, so that should be all for the options and visual presentation. Now we come to the legal stuff. The TOS, or Terms of Service, or just your rules, whatever you wanna call them. Make sure that you have them because they will save your ass. These are basically your rules that people need to read before they get to commission you. So, what exactly could be said there? I might list a few of mine. My list isn't that long because I don't think I need to add things like copyright or selling merch and stuff. Again, this isn't my main job. So, I have rules like that I only accept money via PayPal and I also accept DeviantArt points. Or that I want the payment before I draw for anyone. Don't you ever say that you want the payment after you've done with the commissioned artwork. You'll get screwed over. I also have a rule for reposting commissioned artwork with credit, cause it would be nice if people knew who you are. Also, really important, definitely write if you do refunds or not. Trust me, you better be putting up that rule before a customer already paid you and they want a refund, even though you are almost finished with their commission. All your work and effort would have been for nothing. Moving on, customer service. I can already see some of you getting goosebumps because socializing. Customer service is basically how you treat customers. Can you answer their questions? Are you being polite to them? Are you even interested in talking with them, or are you just a closed door? Because if you are, that could lead into problems where both parties will suffer. Don't be afraid to talk to them. Sometimes customers want rips to be sent to them so they can review your sketch or line art to look out for mistakes. This makes you look confident and polite if you're willing to work with them in that way. Sometimes even you don't exactly know how to correctly draw a detail, and instead of screwing it up and making it look wrong, ask your commissioner for advice and help. This guarantees that you not only are open to work with them and give them a well-deserved art piece, you also show that you are competent enough to talk, and that can lead to them knowing that they can work with you again, maybe even tell others about you. Even if English isn't your main language, you can still try to make the best out of it. It's always better to talk rather than being quiet and delivering something that you're not proud of. Another point is that some might be expecting you to be done with their commission on the next day. Some can even wait longer, like months. Tell them or in your info how long it usually takes for you to finish a commission. There could be obstacles in your way like work, school, family, health. Definitely state that. Life happens and you got into an accident or a family member died. If this slows your work process down, then make your commissioners know that you can't focus on work. In most cases they accept it because you can't really do anything about it. It's not your fault. Let us fast forward like about 6 months. You are getting commissions pretty regularly. People even order multiple commissions. Your following gained a big boost and your art improved. In short, you grew as an artist. But all that work is getting too much for you and too many people ask you for commissions for a really cheap price. Then it should be time for you to raise the prices. Of course, less people will commission you after that, but you get more money from the orders and you won't get that overwhelmed and you can relax while working. Maybe even change how many commissions one person can order, or have commissions open for a certain time period and close them till you are done with your to-do list. Then you can reopen them again. Some people, including me, have sales on holidays or on special days like Black Friday. But you shouldn't be doing sales every month or even more often than that, because then people be waiting on that price drop and then they jump. Make sure you are organized enough to know when to do sales or do special offers, like 20% off for every commission where I can draw an official character, something like that. Be creative. That being said, I hope I helped some of you guys to get a general idea on how to start commissions, and if there are still things I didn't answer, let me know in the comments and I'd be glad to help you. I'm glad to finally finish this video because now I don't have to repeat most of the things to people who ask me the most basic things. Nothing against you, of course, but my time is limited, and if you got sent to this video because I didn't want to explain everything again, you know now why. I want to help beginners, but my time is limited and so is yours. Thanks for watching, subscribe to PewDiePie or to me and hit that like button. See ya next time.